Consider this. I was going through Facebook, as I often do, and I read a post by some individuals that were basically discussing the existence or the functionality of the heart and how magnificent it is from the context of this is proof. All right, of God. Another video along the same lines was an individual asserting that virtually all scientists now believe that there was a beginning to everything, and therefore that has to be proof of a designer, intelligent designer, and therefore proof of God. All right. It's all just that easy, huh? It's all just that easy. I mean, this has been a debate, a discussion for millennium. And it's just that cut and dry, huh? Because virtually all scientists have now agreed, right, that there was an existence, or proving furthermore that there's an intelligent design and therefore a designer. Now, right off the bat, an analytical thinker like myself went to task, and I just had to ask a few questions to myself before responding to their post. First off, you said virtually. Have you looked up the definition of virtual or virtually? Because all that's saying is that the common belief, basically, what, like-minded individuals have come up with as an explanation for a situation or phenomenon, right? Their best guess at it is this. That's virtually, or think of virtual reality. Why do you think the adjective virtual is used, preceding the type of reality or describing the type of reality? Because it's a type of reality. It's not natural reality or, matter of fact reality. It's virtual. It's virtually true. Okay? So you got to pay attention to those key terms that are used, especially when somebody's trying to assert something as fact. You can't say virtually it's fact. I suppose you could, but that doesn't mean that it's fact for everybody then. You know what I mean? This is just, it might be your particular community or people in your community that think like you. But we all don't think alike. We all have different communities and different cultures and different beliefs. That's virtual. So virtually all, have virtually agreed or virtually, come to believe that, there was a beginning. Therefore, we believe. There's another trigger term, believe. Believe does not mean that it is factual for everybody. That's just what you believe. It may not be what I believe. Belief. That's different than to know something. And so on and on and on it went. So I challenged that, and I said, I articulated or conveyed what I just articulated to you, But this is the thing. We have to realize in this whole discussion of, a God, meaning one singular God, that not only are the terminologies contrivances of men, but the belief systems themselves are contrivances and constructs of men. It's all made up. That's the best we could do. When we don't understand something, we make up something. What do you think mythologies are? And mythological deities, what do you think they are? That's our best guess at something we do not have facts concerning. So we make them up. When when the volcano erupts and spews out things all over the place, and there's fire and coming from the top of this mountain, and that's just the gods upset about something. This has been going on throughout time immemorial. There is nothing new. And the human condition, again, when something is happening that we do not understand, is to do one of two things: to deify the scenario or the situation, or the deify, or personify, an event. We deify or we vilify. Once again, what we do not understand is that it is the human condition to do one of two things: deify and or vilify. Make a villain out of something, because we do not understand it. And furthermore, we always seek to control, to have the greatest amount of influence and power. That's why we spend all the money and go into great debt, because we're looking to gain that degree, that letter behind our name, so that we can look down upon everybody else and say, I got this, therefore you need to listen to me. I am the authority on this topic, etc., etc. And those, people that put together these mythologies, these gods, these deities and what have you, it's no different. They were doing the same exact thing. Because when it all comes down to it, it was empowering men. Man. That's why they did what they were doing. And so with that being said, I just want you to consider those things. All right? In this discussion of whether there's a God, there's a hell, there's a heaven, all of this stuff, said to be written in the inspired word of God. Inspired word of God. What does it mean? What does inspired mean? When you inspire, that means to breathe in. So it was breathed in by God. God is a general term that suggests the source from which all things come up. That's the definition. The source from which all things come up from. That's what God is. And God is a Germanic word. Comes from a Germanic word, G-O-D-T, got. Again, it's a contrivance of man. It's a construct. You see? And this is how colonization happens. This is how enslavement happens. When you're taught to put your trust in these mythological creatures, because then those in power and in control are those who basically have come up with these things, use them as weapons against you. You know what terrorism is, huh? To strike terror in people. That's a form of terrorism. to make you fear that, you know, if you don't do what we want you to do, you're going to go to hell, you're going to burn for eternity. That's terrorism. Why would we ever teach our children such a thing? All right, with that being said, make it a great day. Just something to think about. Catch you on the next upload. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Peace.